Yo, what is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Small Raider back at it again with another video, and today I'm going to be previewing the Raiders versus the Chargers game in the Raiders home away from home, LA. And I don't care what anybody has to say, everybody already knows that the Raiders own LA. Don't at me. But before I get started with this video, I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors over at the Flick app, the ultimate sports chat app on the App Store. If you're a Raider fan and you want to join a community of Raider fans, then this is the place for you. Download the Flick app. The link will be down in the description below. Whew. Enough selling out. Let's get started with your pre-game preview.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Now, we cannot start a pregame preview without giving you your latest Nation news. I'm going to be going through these pretty quickly, so keep up with your boy. Raiders signed defensive end Jerry Green to the practice squad. In a corresponding move, they have released defensive end Breland Speaks from the practice squad. Colts drafted Green in the 6th round of the 2019 NFL Draft. He previously was on the Washington football team practice squad before he was released on October 26th. The Raiders have worked him out, and obviously he was good enough to make the Raiders practice squad. Trent Brown is back on the COVID/reserve list after being removed from it just 6 days ago. Brown didn't have another positive test this week, but is still experiencing some complications from the virus that has limited his availability. We should be updated on his situation before Sunday, but just like last week, we cannot blame him at all for this crazy situation. All we can do is pray and hope that Brown returns to 100%. The NFL fined the Las Vegas Raiders $500,000 and coach John Gruden $150,000 and stripped the team of a 6th round draft pick for COVID-19 protocol violations related to Trent Brown's positive test in late October. Escalated fines and draft picks were due to being a repeat offender. In good news, wide receiver Brian Edwards and cornerback Damon Arnett have returned to the practice and are hoping to play this week versus the Chargers. This will be some good news for the Raiders offense and defense. And last but not least, the Raiders have signed running back Theo Riddick to the 53-man roster. Why, you may ask? Shit, I don't know. The fuck you asked me for? Ask Mike Mayock. Now, our 4-3 Raiders are going to be going back to Cali to face the 2-5 Chargers. An AFC West rivalry game that looks to be a shootout. Though the Chargers are 2-5 on the season, they are a better team than their record would show, behind rookie quarterback Justin Herbert, who is having himself a season. So far this year, Herbert has totaled 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a QB rating of 104.5. The Raiders offense led by Derek Carr should bounce back this week. The weather in Cleveland played a big part in last week's performance. The game plan required the Raiders to utilize the run game more often than usual, but this week should be a different story. In SoFi Stadium, Carr should be able to air the ball out on offense. The Raiders defense, on the other hand, has put up their best showing this year in Week 8 versus the Browns, allowing only 122 yards passing and no touchdowns. The weather might have played a factor, but we'll see if this defense can replicate that Week 8 performance against Herbert and company. This will be an AFC West showdown between two high-powered offenses led by Carr and Herbert. The Raiders are fighting for a playoff spot, and the Chargers are fighting to get back in the win column. This should be a good one, but as always, I gotta root for the Raiders to come out on top and show the NFL who really runs LA. And it ain't the Rams or the Chargers.
Round 1, fight!
Now for my matchup of the game, I got Trayvon Mullen versus Keenan Allen. Now, it's no secret that Keenan Allen has become Justin Herbert's favorite target so far this season. Allen is one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL, an elite route runner and good hands. He can be a problem for our Raiders defense. But this tough task will be up to our second-year cornerback, Trayvon Mullins, who has been the Raiders' #1 cornerback since being drafted. In both games last year, Mullins and the Raiders secondary were able to hold Allen under 72 yards and no more than 8 receptions. But this year will be a different year. 1, Austin Eckler will be out. And 2, Justin Herbert is the new signal caller under center. Mullins has been playing well this season. Even with no interceptions, he has been able to rack up 31 total tackles and 7 pass deflection, which is only 3 shy of his total last year. This matchup between Allen and Mullen will be one to watch out for, and will play a big part in who wins this Sunday.
I got the keys now.
Now for my 3 keys to victory. Number 1, put pressure on Herbert. Now, ever since coming in for an injured Tyrod Taylor in Week 2 versus the Chiefs, Justin Herbert has been balling out so far this season, making his case known for Rookie of the Year. Like I said earlier, Herbert has thrown 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions and has been doing a lot of damage on the ground with 142 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. As much as I hate the Chargers, I gotta show a lot of respect to Justin Herbert. He has been balling out this season. This could be a tough task for this Raiders defense. Hopefully we can show up like we did last week against Baker Mayfield field. Now Herbert will get his touchdowns and he'll get his yards, but we got to put a lot of pressure to slow down Justin Herbert, and hopefully he can make those rookie mistakes that most rookie quarterbacks make. Last week against the Denver Broncos, he threw 2 interceptions, 2 costly interceptions that helped the Broncos come back in that matchup. Hopefully I could see Max Crosby or Cleveland Farrell or even Jonathan Abram getting on the action and hit Justin Herbert, shake him up a bit so we can get some kind of turnovers on our team. I know we don't have the best defense, but if we could take advantage of that, we have a good chance. Our defense has held up with some of the better quarterbacks in the league like Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Brees, and Patrick Mahomes. So we'll see what we can do this week, but if we do want to win this game, we have got to put some kind of pressure on Justin Herbert. Number 2, air it out. Now last week, Derek Carr had his worst showing so far this season, only throwing 112 yards and 1 touchdown. Now honestly, I believe the weather played a huge part in that. Like I said earlier, we're going to be playing at SoFi Stadium. It's going to be kind of like a dome atmosphere in there, so the wind should be no problem. And I expect Derek Carr to air the ball out. If we want to set a tone in this game early, we're going to have to go down deep, hopefully make 1 or 2 big touchdown plays to hopefully Henry Ruggs, Nelson Aguilar, or even take advantage of the slot. Desmond King got traded to the Titans earlier this week, so the Chargers are going to be without him, and hopefully we can find Hunter Renfrow in the slot, make some huge plays, because last week he did show up for the only touchdown of the game. So we have so many different weapons, and if Bryan Edwards does come back this week, that's another added weapon for Derek Carr. Carr has got to air it out in this game and put the pressure back on Justin Herbert to keep up with Derek Carr. And number 3, keep feeding Jacobs. Now going back to last week, Jacobs finally surpassed 100 yards this season. Now I know it was on 31 carries, but still, we got to build off that momentum, keep feeding Josh Jacobs the ball, and hopefully this offensive line can open up holes for Josh Jacobs to break one for the house. Now we haven't seen that so far this year. He does have about 7 or 8 touchdowns, I believe, but still, most of those were in the red zone at the goal line. And not only that, we also got to show some love to Devontae Booker, who has been balling out this season and has been an underrated running back behind Josh Jacobs. So hopefully we can get the ground game going in this game so we can open up the pass game for Derek Carr to make some huge plays so we can keep scoring and keep the lead and eventually win this game. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today. Did I miss anything in this pregame preview? Drop it down in the comments below and let your boy know. If you guys enjoyed this video, then smash that like button. And if this is the first time you're watching this video and you're a Raider fan, then hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. With all that being said, until the next video or after the Raiders beat the Chargers, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.